At my brother's engagement party, I stood up to share my gift, a $10,000 contribution toward their sleek, new luxury SUV. The room buzzed with excitement until my brother, Ethan, let out a mocking laugh. 10 grand? Double it if you want a seat at the wedding. The crowd tittered, eyes darting between us. I forced a smile, the kind I'd mastered over years of swallowing his jabs, and said, "All right, Ethan, you're on." Then, in front of 40 guests, I pulled out my phone, canceled the payment, and slid a crisp eviction notice across the table. "You've got 30 days to move out." The party was in full swing. Fairy lights twinkling, champagne glasses clinking. I just announced my gift, a gesture I'd scrimped and saved for, hoping to celebrate Ethan and his fiancée, Lila. But Ethan didn't see kindness. He saw an opening. "Double it, Nate," he repeated, his voice slicing through the chatter. Lila tugged at his sleeve, her laugh nervous. "He's kidding," she murmured, but Ethan smirks at otherwise. Across the room, my dad chimed in, glass raised. Classic Nate, always flashing cash to feel important. The words landed like a punch, but Mom just stared at her plate, her usual trick, pretending nothing was wrong. I'd been the family's safety net for years, paying Dad's bills when his business tanked, covering Mom's hospital stays, even footing Ethan's college fees with loans he never repaid. I was the giver, the fixer, the one they leaned on and laughed at. But tonight, I was done. "You're right, Ethan," I said, my voice steady as I tapped my phone. 10 grand's not enough, so I canceled it. The room froze. Ethan's grin vanished, his confidence crumbling. Whispers snaked through the crowd as Lila's smile faltered. Behind me, a screen meant for sappy engagement photos flickered to life. I pressed a button, and Ethan's private text appeared in bold letters. "Nate's not even welcome, but Mom's forcing me to invite him. Whatever. Once he pays for the car, we'll ditch him again." Pathetic, right? Free cash, though. The room wasn't just quiet. It was a void. Lila's hand dropped from Ethan's arm, her face pale. Gasps replaced giggles. My mother's voice broke the silence, a shaky Nathaniel, "Please." But I wasn't stopping. I stepped forward, my words clear and sharp. "Ethan, I'm done being your ATM, done being your punchline." I reached into my jacket and pulled out an envelope, pristine and official. "This is your 30-day eviction notice. You and Lila have until the end of the month to leave my apartment." Ethan's jaw dropped. You can't," he stammered, his bravado gone. "Oh, I can," I said, placing the envelope beside their untouched champagne. "Congrats on the engagement, but this is the last time you take from me." I turned and walked out, the stunned silence of 40 guests trailing behind me. Ethan's perfect night lay in ruins, and for the first time I felt free. But I knew my family, they wouldn't let this go. The fallout was coming, and it would be brutal. The fallout from Ethan's engagement party didn't end with my exit. It escalated. That night, a call from Lila's brother, Mark, changed everything. "Nate," he said, his voice tight, "I need the truth about Ethan." I laid it all bare, the money I'd given, the text where Ethan mocked me his betrayal. Mark wasn't shocked. "I knew something was off," he growled. "I found messages. Ethan's been flirting with Lila's bridesmaids, trying to hook up." My grip on the phone tightened. "You're sure?" "Dead sure," Mark said. "I'm telling Lila everything." I didn't stop him. Why would I? But I didn't expect the chaos to unfold so fast. By morning, Lila's social media vanished. Instagram, Facebook, gone. Her profile picture was a blank gray circle. Our family group chat erupted. "Mom, Nathaniel, what have you done?" Lila called off the engagement. "Dad, you ruined your brother's life." "Ethan, you're a liar. I'll make you pay." But I hadn't destroyed Ethan's world. He'd done that himself. And I had proof. I opened my laptop, accessing the cloud-linked security camera in my apartment, where Ethan and Lila had been staying rent-free. It took minutes to find a clip I needed. Ethan, sprawled on my couch, whiskey in hand, laughing with his buddies. "Nate's such a sucker," he slurred. "Thinks he's the big hero, paying our way. Bet he doesn't know I blew his rent money on this chain. His friend cackled. He won't care. He'll just lecture you and cover it again. Always does. I saved the video, backed it up, then opened my financial records. Bank transfers, utility bills, loans to Ethan, over $45,000 in 3 years. I compiled it all. The video, screenshot of Ethan's text bragging about using me in my payment history. This wasn't revenge. It was clarity, a spotlight on the truth Ethan hid from everyone. My phone buzzed. Dad, you think you're a saint? You're nothing. I stared at the message, then smiled. For the first time, I felt untouchable. I opened Facebook, typed a post. Family isn't about blind loyalty. It's about trust. Trust is earned. I attached the video, the text, the receipts, and hit post. The internet ignited. Comments poured in, relatives tagging each other, friends messaging me. Some were stunned, others supportive. Mark commented, "You did what needed doing." They had to see. But my family, they went ballistic. Mom's voicemail was a tearful scream. "How could you humiliate your brother like this?" Dad's text was barely legible. "Delete it now or you'll regret it." Ethan called repeatedly, then sent one final text. "You think this is done? You don't know what I'm capable of." I leaned back, a strange calm settling over me. They wanted war. I was ready. Then Mom called, her name flashing on my screen. I almost ignored it, but curiosity won. "Nathaniel," she said, her voice softer than I'd ever heard. "Can we talk? Just us. No fighting." I sighed, the weight of years pressing down, about how I'm the villain who ruined Ethan's life. "No," she whispered. I want to understand. There's a cafe by my yoga studio. Meet me there?" Something in her tone made me pause. "Fine," I said. The studio was a sleek, glass-walled haven, Mom flowing through poses like the world wasn't fracturing. In my pocket, my phone held the truth. Ethan's mockery, his schemes, Dad's threats. At the cafe, she ordered a matcha latte. I got black coffee. "I'm glad you came," she said, her voice fragile. "I want to fix this." I leaned forward, eyes locked on hers. "Fix what exactly? How do you mend something that's always been fractured?" Mom's voice was a fragile thread in the cafe's soft hum. "Please, Nathaniel, don't do this." I leaned back, coffee bitter on my tongue. Is this about Ethan's pain? Dad's anger? Or me finally refusing to be their puppet? Her face paled. "It's not about choosing sides. It's about family." I let out a sharp laugh. Family? The ones who used me, mocked me, and turned on me the second I fought back. Her eyes glistened, but before she could reply, the cafe door swung open. Ethan strutted in, all bravado, with Dad trailing, his glare as venomous as ever. Mom's composure shattered. "You weren't supposed to." "Enough, Mom," Ethan snapped, yanking a chair. "Time for some real talk." Dad loomed beside me. "You've disgraced us, Nate. This ends now." Mom's hands trembled, her calm facade gone. Ethan smirked. "What? No more truth bombs, big shot. Your little show over." I sipped my coffee, unshaken. "You mean like the story where you bragged about milking me dry? Or how you told Lila's friends she was too dumb to notice your games?" Ethan's grin wavered. Dad leaned in, voice low. "You're a selfish kid who betrayed his blood. Think you're above us." I smiled, cold and steady. "I'm done with your lies." I tapped my phone and the cafe's TV, usually looping yoga ads, flickered. Ethan's voice blared. "Nate's so gullible. Thinks paying our way makes him family. Pathetic." The screen showed him my apartment, laughing with friends, whiskey in hand. "Lila's clueless. I've got her bridesmaids on speed dial." The cafe went still. Heads turned. Mom gasped, hand over her mouth. Ethan lunged forward, face crimson. "Turn it off," he roared. I didn't flinch, pulling up text next, his words calling me a cash cow, bragging about blowing my money on his car, his debts. "Lies!" Ethan screamed. "You faked those." I switched to an audio clip. Dad's voice growled. "Nate's soft. Push him and he'll cave. Always does." Dad's face drained of color. You recorded me? No, I said. You're just too careless to check your surroundings. Mom sobbed, reaching out. Nathaniel, stop. But I wasn't stopping. I faced Ethan. You're a coward who hide behind fake charm. To Dad, you only ever wanted control. To Mom, and you never defended me. Not once. Ethan's rage boiled over. You'll pay for this, you self-obsessed. The manager stepped in, voice firm. Sir, leave. Now. Ethan shoved back, but the manager held firm. Dad stood, legs unsteady, muttering, This isn't family. No, I said, locking eyes with him. This is what happens when family is toxic. I grabbed my coat, pocketed my phone, and walked out. The cold air hit my face, but I felt alive. At home, the silence was a bomb. No angry calls, no guilt trips. My phone buzzed soon enough. Dad, you destroyed us. Mom, he's your brother. Let it go. Ethan, this isn't over. I ignored them, opening my laptop instead. My evidence, texts, bank records, that damning video was my shield. I met with my friend Clara, a sharp lawyer, who reviewed it all. This is airtight, she said, eyes blazing. We'll sue for fraud and emotional damages. The lawsuit crushed them. In court, Clara laid out every payment. $47, $000 for Ethan's rent car and loans he never repaid. The video played, Ethan squirming as his own words echoed. Dad's audio sealed it. The judge's gavel fell. I rule for the plaintiff. Ethan must repay $47,000 plus damages for deliberate deceit. Ethan's face was a mask of shock. Mom wept in the gallery. Dad's fist clenched, but he said nothing. The aftermath was swift. Ethan begged for a deal, installments, anything. I blocked him. Dad's voicemails called me a traitor. I deleted them. Mom showed up at my door sobbing, "We can fix this." I didn't open it. Ethan sold his precious car to cover part of the debt. Dad drained his savings, but it wasn't enough. Their pleas for leniency in court fell apart when Clara countered. They lived off Nathaniel's generosity while ridiculing him. They owe him. The first payment hit my account a month later. Cold, automatic, but mine. I cleared my debts, bought a new car, joined a gym, and invested in myself. The silence was golden. No more manipulation. No more lies. One day, I ran into Lila at a cafe. She smiled, apologetic. "I'm sorry, Nate. You don't owe me one," I said. We talked. She'd left Ethan, rebuilt her life. I was doing the same. That night, alone in my quiet apartment, I opened my laptop and wrote, "Dear Nathaniel, you're not their bank, their scapegoat, or their savior. You're you, and you're free." I saved it, closed the laptop, and smiled. The rain outside was a gentle hum, not a storm. For the first time, I was at peace.